All right. Now I think we're streaming. Or now I think we're streaming. Not really sure. All right. Well, that looks good. I think. And let's see. I can open this up. Yep. There we go. All right. There we go. Computers make Hulk mad. All right. All right, for my where are my East Coast storm peeps? What happened there? They're all like, it was mostly out to sea. We're fine. We're good. And then it just backed itself right into the East Coast. And there you go. Hey, Terry. Hey, Wade. Whittier, California. You're not my East Coast storm peep. Probably gorgeous out there. You, yada, yada. Oregon. Australia. Yeah, it's like summer in Australia. We're getting, in Weymouth, yeah, you got a foot plus of snow. We're not quite a foot. I think we're right around, not a foot plus, right around a foot somewhere. I see England, I see Iowa. Holland. Maryland, you're in the snow, right? Snowy in Burville, Rhode Island. Ontario, Houston, Dallas. Hi, Dylan. Amesbury, Mass, so you're getting it. I saw Pottsville, PA, per usual. Rochester, Georgia. Yeah, you got snow. Sorry, a little Tennessee, California, Sweden, Amsterdam. Oh, yeah, we got a few people. There we go. A little bit. All right. Where's my, I don't know where I'm going now. Where did my, oh, there they go. There they are. Houston. England, hello, Cleveland, Saugus, yeah, I'm sure it's snowing up there. Kentucky. Yo, from Jersey. What's up, Jersey? Alberta, Canada, Chicago. Thanks, JJ. Glad to hear that. Planet Hoth, yeah, it kind of feels like that, right? It's Illinois, it's Florida. So England, sorry, another England. A Corona, California. This one was made in Fullerton. Oh, Houston. Yeah, you just missed it if you just got back to Houston from Boston because, they were like, oh, it's going to be like 4 inches. And they're like, oh, it might be like 6 to 8 inches. Now they're like a foot plus. Wenatchee, Washington. What's up, Jeff? Always good to see you, buddy. Cumberland, Rhode Island. Yeah, milk and bread. Milk and bread. Yeah, your Prime dinner was canceled because of the snow. I actually had a Prime dinner on a really snowy day. It was my birthday. It was in March. And we went out in a snowstorm. And the place was empty. And I got the King Cut Prime Rib. And that thing had to be like this thick. Because they're like, the place is empty. Just cut it. Just give them a massive slab. I mean, it was like, whoa. I don't even think I finished like a third of it. It was like something that you would get like, at a contest. But we were like, one of like maybe 10 people in the whole restaurant. And the restaurant probably held, 300. Southern Cali, Sweden, Barcelona, Hartford, Indianapolis, Scotland. Nice. Goshen, New York. Got Minneapolis, another Australia, Jordan, Middle East, Kentucky, Cleveland, another Scotland, Albuquerque, Detroit, Nottingham, Melbourne. Ken Hall, I do remember you, Ken. I met you at the Chapman event, and we took a photo together. Pittsburgh, PA. What's up? Jay Gordon. Cracking open a nitro stout for you. Nice. This actually does have nitro finish on it. This might be towards the end when they were doing nitro, I think. It's hard to get these in good shape because the finishes on these were notoriously bad. Let's see. Steve, will you be attending the NAMM show in a couple of weeks? Of course I will. And we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about, who's there and who's I'm going to go check out. The one on my list is Strymon. I really want to. I haven't seen them there before, but someone tells me they were there last year. So maybe I didn't see them. They were tucked away downstairs, maybe. You got London. Yeah, I spotted some Imperial Walkers. Getting some rain in Cali. That's good. Did you buy a Soldano or Friedman? I'm on the fence. They're both really good amps. I mean, it's hard to choose. They're both top of the line amps. I mean, probably the Friedman might have a better resale value just because it's so freaking hot right now. It's like they lose almost nothing in value because people want them. Patagonia, Argentina, Indiana. Hello, Serbia, Edmonton, Indiana. Let's see, we got Chester, UK. All right. Here we go. Let me get down to more current. Headbaker East Adam. One of my ED friends. I'm assuming you're wearing a shirt with the appropriate ED cross on it. All my homies who are locked up inside are here. Just like me. So that was in the so that's not the strat mode. That's the super strat mode, right? So these are in serial. And if I turn this, that's really that pickup. And this is the off one, where it's, I think, these two in serial. So much thicker, right? That's real strat mode. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, man. All right, I just jumped over a ton. All right, let's see here. What's going on? All right, let me check these out. I'm not fooling around. Enough of this guitar-y chicanery. All right, let me see. What do we got up here? You're moving by a little fast on me. Rosewood Neck Telly. I don't know. What about it? Hello from Winnipeg. It's minus 30 today. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I hope that's Celsius and not Fahrenheit, but... Yeah, I'm playing through TH3. Ever owned a Fender Roadhouse Strat? No, but I've played a few, and they're pretty awesome. I like the Roadhouse Strat. You know. Rosewood Neck Telly. All right. Sounds good. People say it sounds good. Good. All right, so Kurt says is TH3 a huge step up for TH2? It's not. Well, yes and no. I'll say one thing about TH3, and maybe it's this newer version. So I didn't use the version I downloaded a year ago. I redid the system. I just downloaded like the latest version, which appears to me to be up to like 3.3. So they fixed all the patches, right? So right, that's what happens when a year goes by. So last time I checked this software out, if you look at my videos, about a year ago. So a year ago, you know, a lot of the patches needed work. They were overdriven. They fixed all of it. And I'll say this much. The older amps sound better than they did in TH2. So everything's been tweaked. So I did spend the other night comparing, like, the Lynchbox Tweed, which is found in both packages. You can get the Lynchbox Tweed in TH2, which I have installed, and TH3. But sounds a little better in TH3. It's better. It really does. And I don't know if it's psychological or what, but if the patches were pretty much identical. So I thought it sounded better in TH3. What type of nut is this? I gotta think it's a bone. It's cut really low. I have to put gobs of lube in there to keep it from sticking. But it works. Let's see. Can you plug computer DAW into an amp? Not really. The output of the computer DAW is meant for a full frequency output, something with a tweeter. And when you go out into an amp, you could do it if you turn the cab off in the software. It would be like probably not bad. But it's not going to sound as good as it does through just, I think, near field speakers the right way with a fake cab. You know, I think it actually sounds better that way than turning the cab off and running it out through an amp. It's just sort of a mismatch, it seems, you know. Grab the Rosewood Telly. I just got on here. I'm not doing a guitar change for a little bit. Hold up, hold tight. Got a lot of time. Got a lot of guitars. Pixie, did you hear that Schecter are releasing a limited run of Prince's cloud guitar at Paisley Park? Really? Interesting. I mean, if it's like a high end, I gotta think it's pretty pricey. You know, I wonder where they're putting this. I doubt this is like a real production run. This is probably like a collector's run where it's boku bucks, but people will buy it. Hey, Pix, what's up from the Toledo Police? What's up, Toledo Police? I don't know if that's a band or the real police in Toledo. Pixies, most of you are practicing playing through, let me just get back to that, through PC software versus real amps. Quite frankly, if you look at it, it's mostly a hybrid. I mainly go through a tube amp. Right now I'm going through TH3 because I just installed it, and it's going to turn into a pumpkin real soon, right? It's going to time out on me. So I'm just using it now because I can. But my usual rig is to go through a tube amp like the Shaman 2, and then I go into the reload box, and then the reload box goes out into my interface, and then I use really the cab loader in TH2 just because I like the effects in TH2. So I tend to use TH2 as my cab loader. Yeah, and plus it's lightweight, right? I just have to load that app rather than loading a whole DAW and setting up an audio track and loading a bunch of effects into an effects chain. I mean, at some point it feels like a waste of time. So one thing you can do in TH2 is you can set up the patch that you want to load every time you start the product. And I set it to a patch that has the amp turned off, and just like that JMC cab, the JMP1 JCM cab, Marshall cab from Rosen. And that's what I use like 99% of the time when I'm fooling around. Not now, though. Now I'm playing with TH3, which is pretty freaking awesome. All right, let's try a... Oh yeah, that's the one with the crazy delay. Pixie, have you ever been to NAMM's Rare Guitars? Only through YouTube. I visit there often, vicariously through YouTube. But no, I haven't been. I'm trying to think of, like, probably the nicest place I've been to for that kind of stuff is, we have a place up here. Oh, what are they called? They're in Lexington, right? What the hell is the name of that place? They do mostly acoustics, but they're high-end. The name will come to me. Someone will know the name. They're out of Lexington, Massachusetts, or Concord. Music Emporium, is that it? Oh my God, Joe. Dude. Why aren't you here, bro? We'll get you down here. We'll have you down here going. What's up, buddy? Holy shit. Oh, let me see. You getting an Acacia guitar? I might have to stop by the Acacia booth when I'm out at NAMM and say, what's up? Hey, those custom guitars look awfully nice. Anyone else you think might benefit from one? When dialing in your tone, what are you aiming for? Any particular RSC tri-match? I just don't want it to be too shrill or too muddy. I like it right in the middle. You know, sometimes it really just is. Let me see if I got... Like, there's a total... Almost like a synth, right? Here we go. Oh, look who's here. It's Baker. Oh, right, Joe. Right. A rare Saturday night off. Helps if you make it. Oh, yeah. Joe. So, Robert, who are you looking to check out at NAMM this year? I got one country riff. Joe Gattuso might have showed me this. Always bend the minor third to major third. That's an F. Thanks, man. Wife and kids are doing great. Though they're probably super annoyed right now that I'm doing this. I said the thing on... Now, don't remember, I have a live show today, and there was like a collective sigh. Like, a groan. Like, ah. You know what I love about them? The support. Oh, Baker might have answered me and I missed it. Or not, or not. Dave says, howdy from Canada. Ever try out some Rory Gallagher licks? Not really, and I really should. Yeah, SMF, howdy guys. Country music sucks, but country guitar is fun. That's right. I agree. Country music, I'm not crazy about, but country guitar, I can't get enough of. It's like this insane paradox. You know? Thoughts on Reverend guitars? I tell you, they're making a move. I'd say they were the hottest brand last NAMM. They were, they had some buzz out there. So Reverend, I think, they're making a push. Then we're all going to find out Reverend's just owned by Fender. Dum, dum, dum. All right, I think we need a patch with a flanger on it. Do any of your kids play guitar? Oh, what kind of music do they like? No, they play, my son plays saxophone, mainly Barry sax, but a lot of alto if needed. And he's in the jazz band, and my daughter plays trumpet, and is actually surprisingly good. I mean, just whipping up those scales. I was like, man, she's so fluid, getting really good at it. How loud is it in your basement? It's not loud at all. They can't hear it. I'm only going through headphones. What they don't like is that I sort of want them off the second floor. I mean, well, really the first floor. It's second floor for me. I'm in the basement. I want them off the first floor up to the second floor or the third floor. Like, go up to the attic and watch a movie, you know. Because when they walk, it's super loud because there's no ceiling here. What headphones do you use? These are HD 558s. Let me see. Do you play any other instruments? A little bit of keyboard, but God, Joe will tell you, I'm friggin' horrible at it. I'm pretty friggin' awful at it, but you know, it's enough to lay parts down and get stuff into sequencers and stuff, you know. The Strymon Riverside pedal sounds killer, yeah. All the Strymon pedals seem to sound killer. Strymon. I love you, Strymon. Help a bro out. You and your kids ever jam together? Yeah, a little bit. I showed them how to do Jean-Pierre by Miles. So we would just fool around with that a little bit. And their teacher taught them the blues scale. And I would just go up there and go like, in B flat, and they would be running through the scale. And they'd be like, Dad, stop. And I'd be like, we're jamming. They're like, you're screwing me up. I'm sorry for playing more guitar than talking. I haven't played this in a while, and damn, it's awesome. That's a good thing about owning a bunch of guitars. You pick one up, you're like... And this patch doesn't hurt either. All right. Let me see here. When did Kramer start outsourcing overseas? Pretty early on. In the early 80s, because they went with Focus, was Japanese made, and they had Stryker, which was Korean made. So it's pretty early. The Kramer name pretty much got outsourced the end of the 80s. I wouldn't trust a Kramer past like 89, maybe 90 at the latest. Then it really goes downhill. Any Steel Panther fans here? Sure. Probably need something a little stronger. Hold on. Let's get a Steel Panther worthy tone here. See if you're happy. We're happy, dude. I am happy, damn it. Super happy. I love that patch. God, I could play that one all day. Oh, do we have a troll? Yeah. Yeah, the X1 in this. Someone says hard to find the X1. Yeah, it's a hotter pickup. All right, it's a hotter Strat pickup. It's not a. So that's the neck pickup. That's the bridge. Much higher output. Do you still have your vintage modified Strat? I do. That's up in the attic. I use that for the attic. I have a little DAW up there. So when I'm up there, I don't have to go all the way to the basement to play guitar. I keep my guitars at the bookends of the house, basement and the attic. So it's up there. Are the tuners gold? Yeah, the tuners are gold, gold plated. In fact, this is the 82. So the 82 was the only one that finally got the actual gold tuners. They were supposed to be gold, and they made them, chrome for the first 2 years, and they finally got the gold ones in the last year. And the same with the selector tip. That was supposed to be, gold plated brass, and it was plastic for the first 2 years. Yeah, I remember those, Russ. I remember the Strats when that's what sold me on it. I think I really got into guitar, full bore around 1980. I was 14. That's when I really, really got into it. And I was getting all the magazines, and that was on the back cover for quite a while. The Fender, the Strat. Need to do a live location in the attic. I might, but remember, I'm running 2 computers to get this to work. I have to do one for the audio. The good thing is that I do have Cat 6 wired. Technically, I don't have to go over Wi-Fi. I do have a patch bay down here, and I do have a patch bay up in the attic. And I do have a couple of switches up there to run all the gear that's up there, so technically it could be done. Do you play in a band or did in your youth? I did in my youth. I do jam with people occasionally. It's been a while. I've been asking people that I've played with in the past, but you know what? We're older. We got kids. It's hard to get everybody on the same page, And then you do, and you're like, okay, let's do it again, and you do 9 months later. Right? That's the frequency. So. Most guys who are really good players need to make money from it. They need to gig for cash. They can't just hang out and play. And the people who don't play for money, tend to not really keep their chops up. And so it feels kind of lame, like it's not really worth it. So what I really want to focus on is just recording stuff this year. I want to record as much as I can. And, that's a definite big goal in 2017 is to do as much recording and laying down of tracks. I've already done a half dozen tracks. So I just got to keep that going, Are you going to visit chapter in the caption? Caption this. Yeah, I will. I always stop by there. Probably every day I'll be making a run down. They're upstairs now. What's your day job, Pixie? Seem very tech savvy. I'm in IT. So, there you go. God, I love this guitar. Can you tell us about basswood guitars? I don't know if that's a brand. I have plenty of basswood guitars. I think all my Ibanez are basswood guitars. I think the Squire up in the attic is a basswood guitar, right? Because those vintage mods are a basswood body, and I love the sound of it. Supposedly Chappers doesn't come because a kid. Well, that would do it. But the booth will be there. You know, even if he isn't. But if there was ever a reason not to, Star Guitar Works says, just got the new Boss Katana. Stunned. Killer amp. Highly recommended. I've heard good things about it. I've heard less good things about the Spider. How's that for an understatement? I've heard good things about the Katana. You know. NAMM report on 27 Charvel. I will. Well, as soon as I get out to NAMM, I will definitely do a report on everything. I'll try to do. You know what? I just got the latest phone, so it's got the latest streaming capabilities. I'm pretty sure I can stream in 1080p. I'm definitely going to give it a try. You know, so we'll do it, and we'll get that Charvel booth. Damn it! Although, if I remember correctly. Well, the good news is that it's up on the 3rd floor, but that's in. That's really in there. I guess the worst is the basement, but... Ever tried a Jazzmaster? I have. They weren't really my cup of tea. What camera are you using for this live feed? Great video. Thanks, Jimmy. I'm using the Logitech. I think it's the one that everybody buys. It's the most famous seller. I think it's like what, the C920, something like that. E920, C920. What about Scuff'em Amp Sim? Yeah, you know, everybody tells me about that. I'd love to try it. Now that I redid it, I can. Right? Excuse me. Can you check out the EVH stuff? They'll be in the same room. EVH and Charvel and Jackson are almost always in the same room, and Fender is in a separate room. You know. Hey, thanks, Peter. Hey, Peter, what's up, buddy? That goes to show you that. See how that sounded so nice, clean. Steve, any chance you'll break out those 80s Ibanez's again in the near future? I will. You know what's killing it? It's in the back row. Ibanez's are in the back row, and this stuff is sort of up front. So I'll get there. We're doing a massive cleanout. You know what? We did a huge upgrade to the garage by having a cement floor put in, but we had to pull the whole, 12 years of crap out of there, 13 years of crap out of there. And, a lot of it came down here to the basement that we didn't want to have sit outside and get ruined. So we're getting there. A lot's going to the dump. A lot of it's, getting organized, and it's getting there. Pixie Legacy 3 amps. What are your thoughts? The Carbon, right? Legacy 3, they're killer. I love them. They have a very creamy middle, on the distortion side. It's that real high gain. It's nice. It's nice. No, my garage floor was not cement. It's a detached garage. It was a dirt floor. And now it's cement. A lot of places around here are like that. So the garage isn't part of the house. It's a separate structure. And very often the floors are dirt. And we had ours filled in with concrete. We might have entombed a critter or two. Certainly something was living up in there in the winter. I don't know. I doubt if it was rabbits. I think it was probably like groundhogs or something. I don't know. Look at the bottom right screen. What this? That could, over here? That's the Gibson Les Paul. That's either the Telly or the Strat, and that's either the Telly or the Strat. And that's my Strat, that Strat from the Deluxe with the humbucker. And over here, if I can figure out how my hand moves, we have, that's the Universe copy. That's the Viper. And that is, I don't know what that... Oh, that's the Ibanez Artist, the 1980 Artist. You're loving your Les Paul now. Yeah. You know what? Right after that live show last night, the G-string broke. I think that was the problem. I think we were hearing the death of the G-string. It kept going out of tune. And when I changed it, I lubed it all up. It's playing freaking awesome now. I was playing that for a while. I almost played that, but someone had suggested I play this, and I said, let me check it out. And I cleaned it up and, got it in tune. I was like, oh, I'm definitely playing this one. Get the Chibson out. No, that's way in the back. Though I did have it out recently and had it next to the real Gibson, and the body is just so much larger, just millimeter-wise, right? The thickness is actually about the same, but the width of the bout, like the waist and the upper bout, they're definitely not the same. That's why the copies always have a slight slant to their top, and the Gibsons always look a little rounder, more like a circle. But if you look at older Gibsons, I don't think it was always like that. I think they changed their shape maybe just a hair over the years. What brand and gauge strings do you use? I mainly, you can't see them. They're right above there. I use Cleartone. Right now, these are Cleartone 10s. I usually use Cleartone 10s, or the Cleartone Monster 11s. They're killer. They last a long time, and I love the sound of them. Got my dog band picks. Love them. Yeah, I love them too. I got I'm doing the UFO. I'm doing the UFO for a while, and I like, there's the Siggy. If you're out at NAMM and you see me, I'll have a pocket full of signature picks. Just hit me up. I'll give you a Sig pick. It's the only way to get them. Just to get one from me or through a promotion. But yeah, I've been loving them. So yeah, if you're out at NAMM, hit me up. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of them. First come, first serve. Nick. Do you have issues with setups and neck movement, keeping all your access in the basement? No, believe it or not, the basement acts as like a bit of a wine cellar. I think I would have a lot more problems if I kept him in the attic. So the attic at night in the winter is 60, 62 degrees. And in the summer, in the daytime, it can be, 85, 90 degrees up there, even with full air conditioning running. Because you just can't beat the heat out of that space. It's just so friggin' hot up there. So down here, though, it's pretty steady netty all year long. So I think it's actually safer down here than it is upstairs. I think I get a more even temperature and humidity down here than I do upstairs, to be honest. Chad, you gonna be there? Yeah, you want? Okay, hit me up, man. People raved about the NYXL, so I want to pick up. You know what? Super awesome guy there, RNA Music there, Ryan. He sent me a pack, and I still haven't tried them. I got to dig those out. Those might be up in the attic. I got to get those. I want to try those. He sent me a pack a long time ago, and I never strapped them on. I got to try those strings out. How's Mr. McFuzzlebutt? He's doing okay. We call in the winter he's Mr. Meowgy because he won't stop meowing. But he's all right. He's he's coming around. He's still a bit of a jerk. Isaac writes, what about the flooding? You know what? We haven't had a flood in a while because we've been in a drought. So the flooding hasn't been an issue, and I think we're going to finally just add a second sump pump, and I think that will do it. I think adding a second sump pump will take enough static pressure out from underneath the floor that it will relieve enough of that pressure that it won't be the catastrophic flooding like we get. I think I can do it. So I just have to run like just one French drain, just sort of like out into the middle of the floor, and drain that down to a sump pump at the edge, like most likely over in this corner over here, and drain that right out to the backyard and down and away from the house. And we should be good. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but 2017, it just feels like the year. What do we got? 14-27 Houston with 27 seconds left. Looks like Houston's going to win it. So they're coming up to the Gillette. Whoever wins this is I like this one. And it's kind of in tune. What's flanger do? Well, let me tell you. I'm glad you asked, Joe. Let me get one right here. We gotta have one nearby, right? Oh, Joe, trust me, Joe's just fucking with you, man. Joe not know what a flanger is? Are you kidding me? Oh, we're all having fun. Well, I knew Joe. I knew Joe wasn't being serious. Joe's the type of guy who asked a girl who walked into the store in full BC regalia, "So, don't you find that BC is full of, like, the BC type?" And the smile on her face turned to a scowl and go, "I don't know what that means." I'm just trying to read what's going on here. There's a lot of, I think, inter-speaking. Whatever happened to having Joe Stump stop by for a session? I don't know. I haven't heard from Joe in a while. I'd love to have him over. But, again, it's busy, right? You're asking a lot for somebody just to come over and hang out. If it's not paying money, people don't generally want to do it because, well, the guy doesn't really know me. I can't expect him to just drive over here. Joe, on the other hand, you owe me, brah. You should be over here. You got to come down here. You should be sitting right next to me right now. Absolutely, Joe, yeah. All right, so it looks like that game ended. Hold on, I'm switching channels. I'm going up to the new Boston station now that WHDH got kicked in the balls, and they're gone. Now I'm on to Football Night in America. Oh, there goes my condenser. Big riff you played earlier, was that Hendrix? Probably. I try to play Hendrix as much as possible. I'm always... the guy, it took me a long while to really appreciate what he did, but man, he was just unfreaking believable. It's so way, way beyond what anyone else was doing at the time. Really, really was. Is the Strat shielded? I think it is, actually. I think this was... I'll have to pop the cavity, but they put one out where they did a big copper shielding on the inside. It was a whole big to-do. This might have been it. It was just a part of the production process. Yeah, Gary Moore's tone was always smoking. I agree. You ever buy anything at NAMM? You can't buy anything at NAMM. It's not for that. And they have a good reason for it. They can't really control what's bought and what's stolen. And the place is so huge. It's really just about writing up orders for future sales. They say on the last day that people will cut some deals and meet you sort of out in the parking lot and do a deal out there, just so they don't have to take the stuff home. Right? They don't want to have to ship it back to the warehouse or back to wherever they're from. So sometimes they just unload whatever they can out there, but you're really not supposed to do it at the show. If it happens on the last day and probably towards the end of the show. And I won't even be there on the last day. I fly back on the last day. So now I'm regretting it because I'm going to be flying back during the Pats game if they're still in it. Some manic depression. What's it? Something like that. Without as much raking, probably. I'm just going to guess less raking. No worries, Pats won't be in it. It could happen, though. If you're a betting man, the bookmakers feel otherwise, and I tend to trust people who have money to lose on it. So they're saying they're gonna win it all, but again, it's only a statistical inference. Yeah, Peter Green's guitar tone was out of this world. I would say so, yeah. It was out of phase, right? Or semi out of phase. It was like some out of phase and not out of phase and whatever. Taking off, Mark. All right, bud. Thanks for hanging out. When's Gronk back? Probably next season, right? Isn't he gone for the rest of the year? He had surgery. He's out. Gronk is not coming back. So the Pats are just too good, but go Cowboys. You know what? I think that's the matchup that the sports places are talking about, right? That it's the Cowboys and the Pats in the Super Bowl. Because the Cowboys are having a crazy good year. What's up, Angel? Sounds like I Want Candy, yeah. But it's it's a number of songs, but I think of it as like Who Do You Love, right? Or Hoochie Coochie Man. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ones, right? That riff. So old. So played out. Do you know Rock Candy? I don't think I do. We should, there we go. Yeah. I like this one a lot. It's a phaser. I just turned the phaser off. That phaser, it does give it the... You know, Ted once commented on my playing. A subscriber belonged to his like insider forum that you had to pay money to join, and he posted up a picture of me, I think, playing at Gibson. And so it said, "What do you think of this guy's playing?" And he said, "That man has a wonderful touch. God bless him." It's like, thanks, Ted. Do you still have your 50s Strat? I have one of them. I still have the Sunburst 50s Strat, but I did get rid of the surf green one, which I think was Daphne Blue. It was sold to me as surf green. I think it was one of those years where Fender didn't know what they were doing. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. What do you think are the most interesting sort of newish guitarists? You know, there's a lot of guys on YouTube who are killing it, you know. That's probably where most of the up-and-coming guitar players are being found. I really like through YouTube, you know. You know, the guitar is a featured instrument in music is waning, unfortunately. So there hasn't been anyone really. I mean, you got your Bonamasses and your Mayers and stuff, but that's old news. That's 15 years ago, right? Yeah, Eric Gales, yeah, Johnny Hyland, but Johnny Hyland's been around forever. Johnny Hyland's not new. Eric Gales is relatively new, I'll give you that, yeah. You know? Johnny Hyland, he's like the Yngwie of country. That's a Van Halen, right? I could never play it up here. I could never play it up here. I swear he played it down here. Right, so he goes like, I fucked it up. It's a tough one. That's the toughest riff in that whole tune. Nick Johnson is great. There you go. There's a guy who's killing it. You know, Nick Johnson. And you know, guys like, you know, Keith Merrow and Jeff Loomis and that whole guard there, you know, real killer, you know, top players. A guy like Garrett Peters, you know, that, you know, he's got Robert Baker. You know, I think this is your new guard, but we'll see. The difference is label money, right? That's the difference between now and 25, 30 years ago. Labels won't put money behind guitar players anymore. You need to wear like a giant marshmallow helmet with lasers coming out of it and like beatbox or something. I don't know. Hot for teacher. A little hard on the strap, but I'll give it a whirl. That sucked. My hands are like molasses here. Yeah, like Charlie. Exactly right. Exactly what Bulletface just said. Rick Graham. There you go. There you go. Yeah, B. God, there you go. Pete Thorne, Rabia Masad. That's your new guard. That's your young guys, right? he's in his 20s. Rabia's in his 20s. You know, Rob's a little older, but he's a younger guy, you know. Yeah, that's it. That's your new guard, I think. And I think that what they're doing is they're bypassing the typical music outlet, which is music stores and the record industry, and all that stuff. Where if you didn't get signed, it just didn't happen. They're just bypassing all that and going straight to the people through YouTube, and it's working. A guy like Pete Cottrell, right? Tom Quayle, another right. Yeah, Jacob Draps, who might be the best EVH player I've ever heard in terms of like mimicking. What Jacob shows you is that you're missing out on these little tiny little nuances, little chicks that you don't even realize, these little syncopations. That's what made Van Halen so good. Was his rhythm playing. He would have these little muted syncopations he would play that you didn't realize. And then you see, and you're playing it without that. And it sounds pretty close, but then when you see it played the right way, you're like, oh wow, I'm way off. Can I feel any worse about myself? Right? Yeah, Captain Lee is a great blues player. And the great thing about Captain Lee is you can actually see his progression. Right? 5 years ago, he's not nearly the player he is now. He's really, really become quite the player. Yeah, Philip Sace. I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys out there, Worst guitar purchase or gear purchase you've ever made? Oh, that's probably pretty easy. Probably the worst gear purchase I ever made was I had a Supro tube amp, and I just wanted this other amp. I was looking in the want ads, and it was 2 8-inch speakers, and I thought it said 28-inch speaker. And I went to go buy it, and I wound up buying the amp. It wasn't a ton of money. And I got home and I just compared it to that Supro, and oh my God, was that thing awful. And I wanted to bring it back. My dad was like, don't, because it was a private sale. He's like, don't do that. He goes, just, suck it up to the old adage that you say, I wish I bought it rather than I wish I didn't buy it. He goes, and so it's a little bit of a lesson learned. Do you really want it? And when I got home, I was like, no, man, I guess I really don't. And man, it was horrible. I want to say the amp was Ram. Do you remember the brand Ram? They were used in music stores a lot, and man, what a hunk of garbage. What days will you be at NAMM? I will be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I won't be there on Sunday. Mosh writes, Rob Chapman seems like a nice dude. Bass player in his band is also great. Yeah, Rob Chapman is a nice dude. I've met him several times. He could not be a nicer guy. Like, super, super nice. So that goes a long way, too. Being nice. Thanks, Joe. No, you're the man. Dude, you got to get over here. I have a feeling we'd have a lot of fun. I have a feeling we would have a lot of fun. Oh, the stories. Any worse than Gorilla? Yeah, well, yeah, you're on Gorilla level, right? You hit it on the head, Krellbar. You're on Gorilla level. Exactly, Isaac. It was a gorilla level amp product. Oh God, I'm like tearing up. What guitar amp setups most when you're writing live amps on the PC unplugged? I tend to write mostly on a Strat because I can clean it up by backing off, just like this, and then I think my luck ran out on my tuning. Yeah, B is the one to beat. He's light years ahead of everyone else. Yeah, you might be right on that, Mike. Yeah, he is. And he's looking great, right? He just lost a ton of weight. I'm sure necks feel a lot smaller to him now. As someone who's like been up and down in weight, you feel the difference when you're playing guitar. You absolutely do. When you lose weight, necks feel smaller. They just do. It's not a huge difference, but it's noticeable. Yeah, Pete. Yeah, on Anderton's. Yeah, Pete. Yeah, Pete from Anderton. Amazing. He is an amazing player. He's what I would call a cerebral player, finesse player, right? A guy who doesn't have to play like a real crazy, flashy, same riff over and over again. He's got the tasty riffs, real tasty. Steve Marchena come back soon? Yeah. Matter of fact, he was here yesterday, and I totally forgot we had booked something, and I felt super bad. And he's going to come back. He's going to come back at the end of the month, and we're going to do some more recording. So I really like him. He's a real nice guy. He has what we would call unbridled enthusiasm. He's into guitar playing. There's a guy out there who's totally into guitar playing. It's Steve Marchena, that's for sure. He's into it. Hey, what's up, Nevo? John, what's up, buddy? Do you use same strings on every, or do you experiment with different brands? I tend to use the same strings. I tend to use the same strings on the same guitar. I was gravitating more towards 9s, but I've moved back. I'm back to 10s and 11s. Coated strings. Ever a fan of coated strings? No, I don't like the coated strings. I don't mind the treated. These are treated. These are treated by Clear Tone. But you don't feel anything. It's a treatment to the string. I don't know what they do to it, but it's not like a Teflon coating. So the Teflon coating may work better, but I just don't like the way it feels. Some people love them; they swear by them, but I've never been a fan. Tone Lives Kemper ? I love the Kemper. I admittedly though, when I tried one at NAMM, I thought it sounded sort of just okay, and I just think it was the headphones I had. They were using pretty weak headphones, and so it sounded a little shrill. And I think through speakers or through a nice set of Sennheiser headphones, I'm sure it would sound amazing. Because I have heard Kemper's sound some of the best Marshall emulation I have ever heard. Yo, what's up, Flipside? What's up, buddy? See you in a couple weeks. Yeah, Rob Scallon. There's another guy. Here's the new guard. There's the new guard right there. That's the next gen. Guys like Rob Scallon. It really is. Fluff, right? That whole crew. They're the ones keeping the whole sort of like new guitar music thing going. Do you experiment with open tunings or slide? I don't, and I should. I really want to, there's only so many hours in a day. John Finn, that video is highly educational. John Finn is an amazing player and a super, super nice guy. He's got an open door invite to come down here anytime he wants. He's, he's one of those guys that's just a player's player, you know. Yeah, he's just a guitar guru. Using your signature pick, I like the green spaceship one. I don't really care for the logo one that came free with my order. Yeah, I am using the signature one, but I use the green one a lot too. I like the thickness of the green one more than this, you know. But I think when I have another set made up, I mean, I got like 50 of these, so, I'll have these for a little while. But I'll probably go to a 3 mil thickness. I agree. I like the green one better. I'm with you. You still play your Panama amp? Yeah, I got a bunch of Panamas. I was just playing the new Shaman 2. In fact, the last live show was all Shaman 2. I had the Shaman 2 for the whole show. So yeah, no, I use them all the time. I'm only using TH3 because it's like Cinderella, right? It's working, and at some point it won't. So I just gotta ride the train while you can. You know what I'm saying? Why doesn't Fender offer more matching headstocks? The red headstock is gorgeous. Yeah, I like the matching headstocks too. I agree. Just looking at it there on camera. Yeah, there is something about it. Although this headstock's a little small, believe it or not, it's a few mils small all around than the real headstock. They broke out the old jig when because they were using the large headstock at the time. I said, oh yeah, we'll make up some with the small, and boy, did they get it wrong. It's way off, but. And the 90s ones are way big. They're almost a little pregnant. The best ones are like really like right now and like probably starting around 2006. You know, maybe check out Norman's Rare Guitar. Someone asked that earlier. I only online, John. I've never been to the actual place, but you can go to YouTube and there's dozens of videos of usually someone famous in there trying out a guitar. You went to Jackson Guitar, Soloist Randy Rhodes, the Soloist. I almost bought a Soloist last year. I actually would get a Soloist at the right price if it was the right model. But yeah, I love the Soloist. That's a killer guitar. Classic instrument. Every collection needs one Soloist, one Telly, one of everything. But the Soloist is a classic. That's sort of, to me, Jackson's, pièce de résistance. I got the, there's probably a little, we have the, oh no, it's off. It's off. There it is. That's why you're not hearing the hum. Because it had this little gate right there. I met Jimmy Page once, who lives not too far from me, where I live in Wales. Super nice guy, man. I'd probably shit myself. I'd be like, the Zeppelin, right? The moment would be too big for me. I'd crumble like a house of cards. And then play it over in my mind for the rest of my life. That's how mine would go. I got a SLX Soloist, the USA. Be the Holy Grail. Oh, yeah. I like the Soloist. The Soloist is a killer guitar. That's their guitar. And it's killer. Get it bought. I think they discontinue them soon. You know what? There's enough body of work out there. You can get them used. You know, there's a ton of soloists out there. I'm sure I could get one used. They had a custom shop up on Guitar Center recently. Jackson sort of candy apple red custom shop for around $1,400. It was pretty cheap, or maybe $1,500. Norman's Guitar of the Day is a great show. Yeah, I'm sure. Zeppelin, derp. Exactly, Krell Bar. They like, we try any of the new Boss amps yet? I haven't. I'll try a bunch of stuff out at NAMM. Yeah, we should come up with a list. What am I checking out at NAMM, guys? I'm gonna be out at NAMM in a week, a couple of weeks. What about 10 days? So, actually, yeah, I would be at NAMM 2 weeks from today. So what am I going? What tables am I going to? What am I going to see? You know, are you a fan of old Pretenders stuff? Sure, absolutely. James Honeyman Scott. I don't play guitar, but came across your channel, seen a few videos. Makes me want to play guitar. Yeah, man, pick it up. It's never too late. Just don't go too nuts spending money. Keep it in check for a while. It gets a little crazy. Gets addictive. Next thing you know, you're knee deep. You're knee deep in Les Pauls. Gus G guitars, Friedman amps. Friedman pedal. Music Man. Duesenberg. Fryette. Okay, Fryette, yeah. Manson guitars. If they are there. Yeah, I will. I'll take a look. Jackson will be there because they'll be apart, you know. You meeting TTK and Rob Baker? Of course. They're my NAMM buddies. Baker's my NAMM buddy. Reverend. You know, I didn't check them last year because their booth was a little crazy. I will make a point this year. Tom Anderson, definitely. They're downstairs, I'm pretty sure. Try out the Viper 100 at NAMM. I will. I'm dying to hear how it sounds. Mesa Boogie, Triple Crown. You know what? Mazer's not going to be there. They haven't been there in a few years now. They don't see it as a viable thing. They don't want to spend the money. PRS and ESP, yeah. ESP, yeah, DV Mark will be there. DV Mark will be, I think, in... they go in a community booth with like Fryman and Morgan and a whole bunch, Friedman, Morgan. There's a whole bunch. They go, you know, 60. Was that? Is it 64 blue? 64 blue or something? I forget now. Divided by 13 will be in that same booth. The new Ibanez. I always go to Ibanez like first thing. They're my peeps, and only because I'd go to Fender, but Fender won't let me in until the afternoon. They don't let regular people in, only dealers in to VIP. So they're VIP early in the morning. They don't open up until noon. Mayon's, Digitech, I'm not sure if they'll be there, but if they are, I'll check them out. Acacia, I'm definitely checking out. Heritage, I don't know if Heritage will be there. CMG will probably be there. ESP, I'll check them out. Kiesel will be there, and I will definitely check them out. EVH booth. Yeah. Find out if Sammy's back in the band. Kauer. I don't think I know them. Kauer. I will, man. What's up, State Trucking? Yeah, Mesa, I don't think is going to be there. ESP will be there. Schecter will be there. Pork Pie Percussion will probably be there. Milkman Amps. Okay, I'll check out Milkman Amps. DV Mark. I'm actually going through an unauthorized DV Mark right now. More Friedman. Love Mesa. Yeah, Vigier or Vigier. I forget how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, I butcher that. Once it gets out of, normalcy for me, I'm horrible. Too many vowels. Thomas Blug, I don't think I know that. Is that a firm? Kiesel. I heard Satchel's with Charvel. I've seen him play them. The question is, will he be at the Charvel booth? I'll be checking. They haven't posted anything yet, but I'll check the lineup and see if they're there. Wampler pedals will most likely be there. Bogner, I think, is there every year. I'm pretty sure Bogner will be there. Milkman is some boutique here. Okay. Yeah, Petrucci sells enough Mesa. Yeah, Mesa feels that they have the internet and they don't feel like they need to go there. And it's expensive. Like VGA. Oh, wait, hold on. Someone gave me a nice phonetic. I got to back up. Vig. Is it Vig or Vig? Vig EA? Is it Vig EA where the G is hard? Or is it Vig EA? So it's like a VIJ. Or really like a HZ. Charvel Guthrie Govan. Yeah, that's a nice guitar. They got one used up on Guitar Center for about, I think it's under $2. Ever purchased from Reverb? No, but I know some people who have, and we're pretty happy about it. They got some good deals. Thoughts on the Fender Champ 20 amp? Don't know much about it. I'll check it out at NAMM. That will definitely be there. They have all their amps. They have everything. Fender will be there. Greg Koch, he's the best. I friggin' love that dude. I could listen to him play all day. Soft G, like the vagina. VGA. Why don't you just write the letters VG and A? Or maybe it's VG Air. So Krellbar writes VG Air. VG Air? VG Air? That's my French. That's my French accent. Dude, I'm the friggin' worst. I barely speak English. Use Reverb a lot. All good. Yeah, I've been happy with Reverb. They seem to have really taken over from eBay. They seem to have pretty much stolen musical instruments from eBay. Black Star amps. Yeah, Black Star is owned by Korg now. And the rumor was a couple years ago, or at least last year, that maybe they were going to buy PRS, but that didn't seem to happen. Could be interesting, though. Korg owning PRS. Yeah, I love Greg Koch. He's a crazy man, blistering. He is. He's a blistering player. Almost like his playing is so good, it feels like he's toying with you a little bit, you know? Great Vanzini says, good results with Reverb just last week. Good. Hey, Scotty Rocker. Yeah, the Petrucci Signature Gorilla amp. That's the best. It's got a nice boost around the 1K band. Do you remember the first solo you learned? Yeah, it might have been to Crossroads. Right. Right, something like that. Something like that. What guitar is that again? This is a 1982 Fender The Strat. Good luck finding one this clean, though. I was falling over myself to buy this because it was so freaking clean. And this has a pretty narrow neck. I heard the 2013 Fender Select is a killer guitar. I think you're right, John. That is a killer guitar. See you, bud. I think Raging was heading out. What new guitar are you looking for? Let me see. Let me back up. Guitar conditions, true. From very good to excellent. You know what? Those are all arbitrary. They're all just written up. One person's excellent as another person's like very good. You know, a lot of it I think is just rectally derived. So I wouldn't put too much stock into it. And the other thing about guitars is that they can be set up as long as there's nothing catastrophically wrong with it. Almost every guitar can just be set up to fix almost anything wrong with it. Most of the guitars, when they get sold, they're sold when they're not in their best setup. It's usually why people are selling them. They're just sick of the guitar. They don't like it. So used like that, new, I'd expect it to be set up, you know. But, you know, in terms of condition, again, that's all just made up. It's whatever someone feels at the moment. Guitar Center tries to, you know, say like, well, if it has all its original components, then it's good. If it comes with, you know, everything, including the case and all the case candy, then it's like excellent. But if it's just the case, then it's like very good. They have all these are great. You know, they have some way to signify. Usually when it gets into like down a fair, it means, you know, repaired headstock. You know, a lot of the parts have been changed. It starts to turn into a parts caster. All right, Z-String. Good luck, bud. I'm watching Detroit right now. 5:57 to go in the first. It's still 0-0. Get it off in the corner here. Got about 6 inches in Philly. We were supposed to get about that, but now they've upped us to about a foot because it's a longer event than they thought it was going to be. They didn't think it was going to back in off the sea. They thought it was going to stay further out, and it backed right in, and so we get snow for a longer period of time. You just sold 4 guitars, did you really? Wow. Later, Jim. Yeah, I got 5 last year and I got rid of 5 last year, so it's kind of a push. Strymon Pedal Booth, please try out the Riverside pedal. Okay, I'll look for the Riverside. They're downstairs. I've confirmed that they're going to be there. Play some Maiden. That feels. Fender wider necks. I heard that. I heard the new guitars have a slightly bigger neck. I don't know if I'm going to like that. I'll see. This guitar has a really narrow neck side to side, but it's kind of thick front to back. I've had a bunch of people play it, and they all tell me the same thing. They're like, dude, that's a soft V. I said, is that a C? They're like, no. They're like, that's like a soft V. And you could order these. You could get these with a lot. They were not a standard neck. You could get it with anything. You could get a U, you could get a V. You could actually order the guitar and get it the way you want. And because this is an 82, it could have been ordered, you know. This isn't like a 1980 where people weren't really ordering them up yet. And start building up a little guitar repair business. I tell you, if you're good at it, there's a market out there for it. Just advertise on Craigslist. Just got back from Wisconsin, from Florida. On the left, 72, -2, and you hit Wisconsin. Yeah. 2017 seems like a good trading year. Maybe, John. Maybe. You still got that carving? Don't you have a whatchamacallit, a Becker? You have a Becker, don't you? Or was that one of the ones you sold? I look like George Clooney. Yeah, my wife would be on the floor with that, laughing. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, you look like Clooney." She'd be like, "You look like George Baloney." And that's why I love her. Moving hair on me a little bit. Working on Paranoid as your first solo. That's a good one. Who are the best YouTube guitar instructors? Oh, probably Robert Baker. And I mean, if you want someone who has like a straight up like course, you know, probably Justin Sanderco. I mean, he's got a very organized system. I think for a lot of just straight up like little riffs and stuff, you know, Baker's really good. He's got a lot of great stuff up there, you know. Yeah, looking good in high def, huh? Yeah, I finally got that sorted, which is a term I got from my British friends. Out here, we would say, I got it all set. Yeah, my wife probably is laughing upstairs. Morning, YJM Strat 1. Is it Rosewood Telly time? How many you suppose are playing along with you right now? I don't know. Ready? We'll do a little jam. Ready? Baker's having been good the past few months. Oh, really? I think his videos have been really, really amazing the last few months. I guess it depends on who you ask, right? How many axes you got? Well, fewer now, because I just sold a bunch, but I'm probably still in the 20s. If you count beaters and guitars that don't work, you know, I definitely have a bit of a graveyard of guitars. Yeah, that's it, Tony. They sell only as is, but the good thing about, they won't repair it, but you can always get your money back. And trust me, I've done that a bunch of times there. They sent me a guitar, and I was like, yeah, I don't think so. Money back, please. Because it was really, really friggin' bad. Hey, Eric, what's up, buddy? You know, I only tuned in for the Rosewood Telly. Should we switch to the Rosewood Telly? We'll take a poll right now. People want to hear the Rosewood Telly? I'm guessing yes. Is it beer o'clock time? Oh, geez, it's 8:45. Oh, my God, we're out of here soon. People are saying yes. The Viper is out. It's right there. It's right there. I'm getting a lot of yes on the tellies. I'm getting a few no's on the tellies. Cat scratch fever time. How often are you doing the live stuff? I usually do it once a month, first Saturday of the month. You should play the Viper. I will, as soon as this live show's over. Boom, baby! I always win. Don't ever forget that. No, the Viper, it's going to come soon. God, it couldn't come any later. I should really do it right before I go out to NAMM. So when I go out and I see PV, I'm like, what? That Viper? What? So we have people saying Ibanez, Telly. People saying Les Paul, Telly, Les Paul. All right. The coolest guitar is the Ibanez LP. The problem is if I went to the Ibanez LP right now, it's going to get dark because, this is a Strat and this is all, tweaked up. So, favorite coffee beans. That's a great one. I like the Kirkland, probably, what's that one I like the best? Sumatran. The Kirkland Sumatran, the one in the red bag. But it's only around one time a year, right? It's all seasonal. I've already played a Fender, bring out the Les Paul. Should I bring out the Les Paul? I just restrung the Les Paul. People saying no LP. People playing Strat, Telly, Strat. Now fight amongst yourselves. Anything but the Telly. I'm seeing a lot on the Les Paul. Well, I just restrung the Les Paul about 3 hours ago. So that is all right. Well, what am I going to go to? So we only have like 10 minutes left, but maybe 15 tops, unless I'm going to keep my kids hostage up on the second floor. All right. I'm seeing Telly. I'm seeing... it's a Telly v. LP fight, it appears to be. Some people are telling me to stay with this one. Fight! Oh, look at this. Anything but an LP. And the other dude said anything but the Telly. Oh, man. Surprise us. The Squire Bullet. Should I play? I'll pull out the Squire Telly. The Telly, damn it. Listen to your heart. the Kramer Harrington. You know what? I haven't, the Strat's doing fine. No need to change. The LP with blackouts, that's actually in the back room. I got all those back there just because I needed to open up space out here. The strings on the Gibson, that is true. The Gibson strings are brand frickin' new. You think we were tuning yesterday? We might be in for another. Bring out an SG. I'd have to bring out my Iommi SG, but that's actually way in the back too. Les Paul didn't play Ramble On. Boy, everyone's got an opinion on this. Stick with the Strat. Something you haven't seen in a while. Something different. Should I? Maybe, I could go to like the scalloped Ibanez with the EMGs. I know that one's pretty recent. Oh, what else do I have? Where's my... Oh, yeah, there's my... Where is it? Right there. It's my lava lamp. We all got lava lamps for Christmas. All right. Kids like LPs. Chime in his Chuniverse. Choo-chet, Chimmy, Chewed. There's a reference for you. All right. All right, Quentin. I will. Play the piano. No, see, there's someone thinking outside the box. He's like, play the piano. Play the cat, yeah. You put your hand down there. Good luck. I know exactly, Terry. I'll get out to NAMM. They'll be like, welcome to the Viper 3. I'll be like, no. It's like the... Yeah, I'm just going to mess around with the Intel and say, oops, we're out of time. Tony SG, boy, we're getting a lot. I don't know, we got 8:52 left to go. Oh, God, I get up and then have to walk. Have to take my headphones off. Let's see. It all seems so far away. It's so far away. Live stream glitches, am I having some? How's the snow? It's actually pretty bad out there, actually. What pickups in the Strat? These are stock. In fact, it was really hard to find one with stock pickups because almost everybody... The other thing is this guitar weighs almost 10 pounds. This is one of the heaviest guitars I own. I know it is. It's a tough crowd. Hey, what's up, Scotland? Yeah, Joe, tough crowd. Yeah, I'm milking it out. You're getting played big time right now. When's the next live show, Steve? And, I always do them the first, but I don't know. I'm kind of liking the live shows. Maybe I'll do 2 a month. I was doing 2 a month, and I felt like I was always doing them. And I cut it down to 1 a month, and I guess it felt pretty good. But maybe they're too far apart. I don't know. Is it the frequency that's working? 1 a month? Play the spoons. Play some Zeppelin. All right, Sean, thanks for hanging out, bud. An island, man, you're up late. Oh, dude, thank you so much for staying up, bud. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. When I play that, my kids are like, oh yeah, Uma Thurman, right, sure. I'm like, no. London, motherfucking England. A fellow from London called. Flintstones? Yeah. Drop the low E and hammer the high E. That sounds like a great opening line to a song. "38 degrees in Melbourne, damn. Because you mean Celsius, right?" Man. 65 degrees in Phoenix. Man. Still 0-0 on the Hawks game. If you're wondering. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Australia. The Jetsons is no. That's a simple, right? So it's all Lydian. There it is. 46 in Scotland. Yeah, you know what? We got 12 degrees in New Jersey. That's about where we're at. You know, we just had the cold blast. The cold air is in place. Yeah, we're about 19 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. You know, you and my Celsius people are going 19. That sounds wonderful. It's not that 19. This is the Fender The Strat, a guitar I owned when I was, I don't know, between the ages of 15 and 17. And sold it, regretted it, and then many years later found another one. A nicer one than even the one I had. Thanks, Showman Blues. 5 degrees in Wenatchee, yeah. Yeah, it's out there. It's winter. It's officially winter. All right, guys, it's 8:58. My family would love to be rescued from the attic. They're waiting for my text to say my live show is over. So why don't we wrap this up? 100 degrees Fahrenheit, yeah. That's about at the max around here. So why don't we call it a night? If Obama band guitars in with all these snake charmers, yeah. Wallace and Gromit theme. I wish I knew that. I'm a huge Wallace and Gromit fan. You know. See you, Terry. Another quick 2 hours. I know, it seems to go by fast. Later, Quentin. I'll have fun at NAMM. I will be live tweet blogging and vlogosphering and, sending stuff out over the Facebooks and all that crap. So, if you're not on Facebook, you should check me out on Facebook or Instagram, because I'll be sending stuff out, because I take a lot of still photos when I'm out at NAMM. It's a lot easier on my data plan than video. So check that out. I'll be out there in a couple of weeks. I will be back next month with the live show, and I believe my special guest will be Philip McKnight, and we're going to do a NAMM follow-up. Don't quote me on that, but that's tentatively scheduled as my my NAMM show when I get back. It won't look this good. To have a guest on, I will need to get rid of my super high nice quality, and I'm going to have to go back to Google Hangouts. So I'm warning you right now, the quality is going to go down for me to have a guest on that's out in Phoenix, Arizona, and not here with me. But it should be fun. It'd be nice to have Philip on. I had a blast on his show, and he'll give us all his thoughts about NAMM, and we'll get it all together, and we'll do that. So thanks, guys. As always, you rock. I really appreciate you hanging out. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, rock on.